Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Erik Icarus.
All right, Eric. Well, the big build-up happened and came and went this weekend. Episode 3 of Game of Thrones. Spoilers. If you haven't watched the episode yet, episode 3, The Long Night.
It felt long.
All right. So,
I think we just need to cut the BS. I think me and you are both in total agreement here.
very.
And me are in the minority.
Yeah, we are very much the minority. We are disappointed in the product we are getting this season.
Yeah. Big time.
And I get it, honestly. And I'm just we're comparing the show against itself, and it's just these are the worst episodes.
This show lends itself to be compared to itself. And I think it tries to up itself every season.
Yeah.
And for the most part, they have.
Season 7 was arguably my favorite season. Favorite season.
It's great.
Yeah.
This just letdown after letdown after letdown, but you did bring up a good point. It does make me appreciate the last episode.
Yeah, and we didn't really care for episode 2 either.
We didn't.
Look, it's still a solid B-, C+ episode. It's just, I don't know, they promised this kind of slow pace on the first 2 episodes. Okay, we're going to see this big, gigantic battle.
Yeah.
But the problem was,
it was shot poorly.
Really dark.
It was. I
couldn't
don't think it was
make out a
color
lot.
corrected.
I think
You
somebody
showed
messed
me
up.
that side by side with it color corrected, and I'm like, wow, I would have actually enjoyed this.
Yeah.
More. Feel bad for these some of the designers because you didn't get to see the work on those zombies.
So there's a video on
into
YouTube. There's a video on YouTube of somebody doing a side by side where they put what was viewed in the home, and then they kind of edited it themselves and upped the light. And there was so much that we missed, so much detail.
Oh yeah.
And as Eric was saying, there was a lot of art being lost.
Oh,
There was a lot of detail in those battles, especially outside, that were really, really amazing, and we just couldn't make them out because it was so dark.
Yeah.
I cranked up we actually watched episode 3 together, and I cranked up the brightness on the TV.
It didn't really help.
And it was still just like...
And you have like a really nice high def TV, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah. It was
And I'm wondering if they did this because they thought, okay, well, we're going to get some comparisons to Lord of the Rings regardless, so let's just black it out. So they can't complain about that.
Man, I don't know.
Aside from the shoddy direction, the editing was so awful.
Yeah.
There was you couldn't focus on anything, so aside from it being dark, it was like, oh, let's just move the camera around Jason Bourne style.
Yeah.
But instead of 2 people fighting, you're having thousands of people fighting, and it's just shaking.
Yeah.
And I couldn't focus on anything.
I couldn't. Yeah. I made the comment to you. I found myself on my phone a lot during
Me too.
this episode.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. There were some amazing moments.
Oh, for
honestly,
sure. Absolutely.
That opening part with the Dothraki getting their swords lit.
Oh, you mean Operation Meat Shield?
Jesus, right? Man, it's just like, yo, can somebody... I can just imagine Daenerys being like, whoa, do we have to send my entire armies into the dark wall of death, Like, Jesus, criminy. It was... but it looked really cool when they kind of go off into the dark, and you just slowly start seeing the lights extinguishing.
Yeah, and then sort of Jiren comes back, shaking his head, like, nah, bro.
Yeah, you guys, I couldn't see anything out there, so, yeah, they're just there.
And I think it also alludes to the fact that Jon cannot plan a battle for anything.
Yeah, because, they really almost lost the Battle of the Bastards, too, and Jon was kind of the head of that as well.
His record's not very good.
Yeah, he's no Robb Stark.
No!
The young, what do they call him, the young wolf?
Yeah, the young wolf. Yeah.
That was a cool scene. I don't know. Give me some more of what you disliked about it. And we
more dislike?
notes.
Oh, man, let's go. The people dying... Some of their deaths were it was noble. It was like, most of them went out like G's, But, oh my God, who's the guy that died in the library, the barricade? Barris or whatever.
Barrick.
Yeah, Barricade.
Yeah,
there we go.
Barrick. Yeah, the one-eyed guy.
Yeah, like just that felt a little cheap. Arya killing the Night King just so. I think they were trying to harken back to because the Scarlet Witch said like you're gonna shut blue eyes or something like that. Like,
but literally,
what a cheap
minutes
payoff.
before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What a cheap payoff, you know. And then let me get this out of the way too. Like they promised us this. Oh, it's gonna be an epic 80-minute episode, and half of it was slow mo.
Yeah.
Slow mo walking like. The Night King strolling in there to, the theme from Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, man. Oh, I need to see that. I need to see that. Internet, make that happen. Make that happen. I mean, so the pacing was a big issue for you in this
not necessarily the pacing. It was just, because I was okay with it. The battle happening, then we get that awesome library scene.
I like the library scene, too.
I loved it.
A lot of the people that disagree with my take on this episode thought that the library scene was not very good.
It slowed it down.
It went on too long.
It did.
I will say that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I really enjoyed Arya being just faceless ninja in there,
Showing a lot of her training.
Part of me thought she was going to take a dead face.
Yeah, I thought she was going to take more that little girl that died because they're the same size.
Oh my gosh.
Because I thought that's why, because they showed her eyes opening. Mm-hmm. I thought, maybe Arya will take her face and that's how she sneaks in there.
Yeah.
But I guess, didn't she bump her head or something? Now she doesn't have, like, her powers or something. I'm trying to remember what episode it was, but she hits her head, and then it's basically saying she doesn't have those OP powers anymore. I can't remember the episode.
Who?
Arya.
Arya? No, she, remember she went blind.
Yeah, no, I think this was in a more of a recent episode. We'll have to look that up.
All right.
But anyway, I think they were saying that she can't do that anymore, basically. What the writers were.
Huh.
Saying that she cannot snatch faces anymore.
I never saw anything about that.
Yeah. I will look it up later, but I did confirm that.
Okay.
That is confirmed. So I don't know, man. That to me would have made a little more sense than her just jumping out of nowhere and stabbing him in the eye. And it was a cool scene, shot really well.
Yeah.
Bran not doing anything.
Yeah.
Just sitting there with like his O-face eyes, like
where did the crows go?
Yeah, where was that? Go? Yeah, maybe they're going. That'll maybe play in the next week's episode.
Yeah, they're just pecking at Cersei.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's gotta be at this point.
Guys, I took care of this. I took care of the other one. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna pull my weight around here, guys.
I mean,
I don't need your help.
I mean, there could have been so many cool things with Bran, like him working into a bunch of different animals in the forest that fight the White Walkers, and we get
one of the dragons.
I mean, I'm trying to list more, but it's just I did watch it 2 times.
Okay, I did not watch it a second time. I couldn't make another 80 minutes for that.
I tried to, because I went in there with my expectations up. I tried subverting them, watching it the second time. I hated it more watching it the second time.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't hate the episode. I just was disappointed in it. Which is sometimes worse.
For sure. Yeah, it's like when your parents say that.
Yeah.
It's like, how about, what are your, moments you were just like, wow, I did not like this.
I think that they just missed a lot of opportunities. It felt like this was supposed to be Jon's nemesis, like Bran's rival, but Jon's nemesis.
Right.
Or however you want to...
They were leading up to it pretty much for the whole series, that they were going to throw down, and one of them's walking away.
Yeah. That moment where Jon is trying to get to the Night King, I thought it would have been really cool to at least have a fight there.
Sure.
And then maybe Jon start to get the upper hand, and then that's when the Night King starts raising people.
There we go.
I think that would have been a really neat way to do that. And then also, I think that they missed an opportunity to have Jon and Arya fight the Night King together.
There we go.
That they're, it takes Stark blood to kill the Night King, and you could have done something very cool with them kind of trading barbs, or even Jon catching back up to him, trying to save Bran, and just kind of starting to get manhandled maybe by the generals or whatever, and then Arya comes out of nowhere.
That's how she's able to get the drop on the Night King.
I didn't, with the pacing, I didn't like how it seemed they were giving you enough time to figure out what was going to happen next. Countless times in the episode, you and I were both like, this is going to happen. Right. And it just, they weren't able to distract me enough from figuring it out. And then she was like, and when Melisandre says, and blue ones, it's like, you're going to kill the Night King?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It felt like such a cheap payoff, man.
Yeah. Sam's character was just...
Was idiotic?
Idiotic. Yeah.
He got that one guy killed. I'm so bad with these names, but the guy in the beginning.
Yeah.
How many lives did he put at risk?
So many.
Even Jon looks at him at one point when he's getting swarmed, and he's like, dude...
Which I like that moment. I like that moment where Jon's like, I have to get to the Night King.
Yeah. And it was even more like, dude, I told you to stay in the fight, bro.
Yeah. You gave up Valyrian steel and you're getting people killed.
Exactly.
But that was a cool story thing. It's not like I just dislike that Sam is still alive after all of this. But that's not an issue with like how it was put together. My biggest issue is just in general is how the episode was put together. Like I said, if you're going to give me 80 minutes and you're going to tout that, like, hey guys, we're going to do 80 minutes, like, make it a hard 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't give me less aerial scenes of Jon and Daenerys lost in smoke. It's like they're watching the episode at home. It's so dark. Give me...
less slow-mo walking.
The Night King had no less than 2 slow-mo walks. Melisandre has a slow-mo walk out there. And it's just like... There's a lot of slow-mo walks. Give me less of that and give me 60 minutes. I honestly think that the length hurt it. I think if it was a shorter episode and they still got in all of those points, it would have been better. It would have felt better.
If they cut some stuff and cut most of that crap we talked about out and kept it just punching you in the face for 60 minutes. Yeah. I'm okay with the 10-minute build-up that they did.
The opening scene.
The calm before the storm.
Yes, I'm cool with that. Totally fine.
But then once you get into the action, don't pad it out with BS.
There was a lot of BS padding, all right?
Big time. I mean, they reduced the Night King to Grandpa Simpson in the Mr. Plow episode where he just gets kicked in the butt. Like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I see the Night King now.
Yeah, I mean, we never got a Night King fight.
No.
Not at all. And winter's supposed to be, we've been concerned about winter coming. It came and it only lasted a night. That was like the whole deal with like these winters. Like when winter comes, it's supposed to be
the end times.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, we did it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There was moments we liked.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a couple that you were like, this was awesome.
I think, like I said, most of the death scenes were great. Theon going out like a beast.
Theon redemption. Yeah, being the last of the Ironborn to survive.
Taking out that whole...
I mean, he ganked a bunch of them.
And then,
Bran saying, you're a good man.
Right.
That was great. It's like, okay, you can rest
redemption,
now. Yeah.
Mormon?
Mormon?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lady Bear, as she's known.
Dude. That was my favorite moment.
Yeah.
Her making her death matter.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Stabbing the giant in the eye. Yeah. Man, that was awesome.
Granted, I mean, it's not going to make that big of a difference, but it did. You know what I mean? It's showing her character going out fighting.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I'm cool with this. You know what I mean?
For as much as as much as women are disrespected in the show, there's still a lot of really solid girl power moments that work well because it's not something as blatant as Avengers Endgame when you have all of those ladies getting on the screen. you have this 12, 14-year-old leader of a people.
Yeah. Living up to the name.
Yeah, who shouldn't be out there, but is, and then does something hardcore, has a very, epic death.
Yes,
epic death.
Absolutely. Sir
Jorah. Okay, they're not Mormons and they're not Jormans. Okay, they're Mormonts and Jorahs.
There we go.
All right.
His death was great. Going out, like what he doing what he loved, being in the friend zone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, talking about a guy defending the friend zone, man. He's just like, she didn't even give him a kiss on his forehead.
No, that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Looking at it come on.
Yeah, I'm getting woozy here, So Jorah's death was very, very well portrayed. Him just jumping in front of swords, I thought that it was. Yeah, it was the way Jorah was gonna go.
Right.
It was the way that Jorah was gonna go.
The Sansa moment with Tyrion.
I
liked it.
Yeah, when they're kind of talking about why they wouldn't have worked and how she says he was the best of them and his reaction to that.
I like the moment when they're about to maybe meet their demise and they're holding hands. There's no words spoken, just those looks. That was cool. I like that part.
I like that part of it. I hated how weak they made it. Even though I don't like Sansa, they made Sansa look so weak and Tyrion look weak.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when we have, again, the Lady Bear, Mormont, out there killing giants.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have them,
cowering in the crypts.
Yeah, it was... And,
And then reducing the Hound back to a sniveling coward again.
I'm okay with it, because I like the way he came out of it.
Sure, but I thought we already did this.
We did. That was going to be my next point. We've already done that. We've already seen that he cares about Arya.
Right.
So, I agree. is another slow thing where we just see him hyperventilating for a few, for a couple
we needed a
minutes.
5-minute panic attack with the hound.
Yeah. Write that up.
Let's get it there, man.
Let's see what else. It was cool to see some of the redemption tales in there.
The dragon fights were pretty cool.
They were cool. I just wish I could have seen them better.
Oh yeah, right.
Right. I thought that part where they're kind of biting the ice dragon. I think it's Viserion, and so when he lands later on in Winterfell and he's blowing fire, it's coming out of weird angles of his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
That's cool.
That was a really cool scene. Tons of great moments.
Yeah.
Tons of really cool.
Yeah.
Tons of cool moments. Maybe not great moments, tons of cool moments.
It's like the raisins in Raisin Bran.
Yeah.
They're there. You get a little bit, but
it's like they're sweet, but who gives a damn?
Right. It's I'm still eating bran.
Yeah. Although that Raisin Bran Crunch is legit if you haven't had it.
This is not Raisin Bran Crunch.
No. This is Battle of the Bastards is Raisin Bran Crunch.
There you go.
Because in Battle of the Bastards you felt the weight of it.
There was weight.
Literally, that's the feel.
Oh,
when Jon is being covered by bodies and he's trying to gasp his way out. I mean, you feel that. Where at this, you had the intensity in the beginning with the Dothraki, and then I don't know what else we got out of that. And man, the majority of our friends are roasting us.
Yeah, because
they're like, "Do we see the same thing?" I'm like, I don't think so.
I just want to tell them you guys are it's like you're in a bad marriage and you don't see it.
Yeah.
This isn't good for you.
Yeah. I'm willing to work on it.
Yeah.
He says he's going to change.
Right. This ain't going to change. I mean, they have 3 more episodes to get through?
3 episodes left. And apparently they're all 80 minutes. I saw that today.
Oh, God, no. I don't need a 5-minute slow-mo scene with Cersei putting her gown on, slurping wine.
Yeah. Because so now we don't have a nemesis for Jon. So, because Jon's not going to kill Cersei.
Maybe they'll do that.
Dude, is there a world in which Arya kills both the Night King and Cersei? Because I figured Arya would kill Cersei. Sure. That's what I thought.
I was okay with that. Totally. That would have been okay.
Yeah. It would have been a neat. It would have been a neat contrast because maybe Daenerys was going to, and that would have solidified kind of her stand against people. But then a Stark does it.
Yes.
And then that's more cast more die in the water.
There we go.
Yeah, because we literally don't have anything for Jon to fight now.
Nope.
Our main good guy that we want to see fight somebody, he has nobody to fight.
There was no payoff. They had him and the Night King had a stare off.
Yeah.
And that was the extent of their fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm let down.
Yeah.
I really am let down. I'm just glad Infinity Endgame was able to just.
Bro, let me tell you, one of these guys that follows me on Instagram, he didn't like Endgame. He said Endgame was 2.5 hours of boring.
Sure.
And then he said the last 30 minutes was pretty good.
Were we watching the same movie?
And that's what was interesting because he loved this episode of Thrones. So we were going back and forth very actually tastefully. We were
I just wanted to hear his arguments why he thought Endgame was boring.
He thought that the pacing of the beginning, that all that time heist setup and everything just wasn't interesting.
Yeah, but it's giving you contrast to the story.
Hey man, to each their own. I get it.
But at the same time you're wrong.
I get it, but I don't get it.
You can't defend this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was doing hashtag Game of Yawns and Board of Thrones this week.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, jeez. But I mean, it's baked into the title. The show is Game of Thrones, so really the last kind of battle should be for the throne.
Sure.
But
the Night King was battling for the throne too.
I mean, technically, yeah.
So
you're not wrong. And yeah, it's just I don't know. That's the worst of it.
Yeah. The only way
the Night King. Just going out without not even a fight with Arya.
No. And they set this up to be this was how it was going to end because they open with a White Walker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is going to be
gonna be crazy.
Yeah. And then it just boom, stabbed in the eye, explodes. Okay, done.
Was it even in the eye? I don't know.
I think she did stab him in the eye.
Because the giant definitely got stabbed in the eye.
Or did she stab him in the stomach?
I think she got him in the guts.
Oh man, the guts.
Right in the old guts. And then it was Phantom Menace, Avengers 1 thing where they kill one, they destroy the.
And then they all drop.
And then they all drop. I don't know. We deserve better.
We did.
We deserve better. It would have been scarier if when the Night King goes down, the dead become even more ravenous because they have no guide.
They have no. Yeah. There's no one to. Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, there was a way to do this, and I just didn't deliver for me personally.
Me either. Man. I just don't. I want to talk to somebody who. I wish Andy was here because I guess he did like the episode. I wish he was here so we could have had a little nice debate here. But I don't know how someone can defend this.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, they picked off a few characters, and were they really that important though? Not really.
Yeah, I think that they should have thinned the herd a little bit more.
I really think so.
Just some of our main people.
Right.
At least Grey Worm.
Grey Worm should have went. Sam definitely should have went.
Sam should have been the heaviest person to go.
Right.
And really, because all we got was the Lady Bear, Jorah, which Jorah's big.
Sure. That guy at the beginning. Okay. The one that Sam got killed.
Oh yeah. I think his name is Ed.
Oh okay, Ed.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
Barricade.
Barricade. The barricade. Yeah. Okay. They did kill some. But it still feels like we have a lot of left.
It didn't give me a lot of man, like if they would have iced Daenerys.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Okay, this episode meant something. So that way, it's like, oh, well, Jon can pick up the mantle as the Targaryen.
Yeah.
And he can control the dragons, and that's how they soldier on.
Were you able to tell if a second dragon?
From what I've read, two of them are still alive.
Okay.
From what I've read, but remember, I
thought they died.
I thought one died, and that was the one that was trampling the castle. At the end.
Yeah.
I couldn't see.
Well, yeah, I didn't. I thought that was still Viserion because of the throat rips.
Sure.
So that's what I thought. Where they straight up MacGrubered him. So wow, we still have two dragons because the Golden Company's coming, baby.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah, but those dragons are messed up.
They're messed up, but still, I'd take two messed up dragons
over none.
But maybe that Meister's catapult thing or that dragon sled. Maybe then now that thing will be a little bit more useful.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the only way they can make this worse is if they have Cersei win, which at this point I can see them doing that.
Dude, yeah, like I'm concerned that Cersei could win, that the Hound and the Mountain won't fight.
Right.
Like the things that I thought were going to be true are just not coming up that way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. This is, for me, the worst season of Thrones, but it's still better than everything else on TV, for the most part.
For the most part, sure. Yeah.
It's just disappointment is ringing true.
It seems very lazy. There's no payoffs.
It's hard to call them lazy, but yeah, it just feels like the editor's got to check the way the episode looks, and if it's too dark, you've got to brighten it up a bit, man, because... while it was
like you said, all that art was lost.
Yeah,
people put their heart and soul into that design. Looking at the color corrected version, not one White Walker looks the same.
Yeah,
like they had to do different.
They look like snowflakes, which is kind of cool.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just disappointing.
Big letdown.
Because next episode sounds like it's probably going to be a lot of planning again.
Again, yeah.
Because
where do you go? You have 3 episodes left. You already spent that nickel of killing off the biggest villain in the series, aside from Cersei. And what if we go back to planning, and then we do another reunions episode, and then we do the final battle.
You killed the Night King, and that dude was magical.
Right.
Like there's no part of this that makes me think that Cersei can win.
Right.
But I just don't know how many Dothraki and Unsullied we have left. I don't know how big the actual...
decimated from what I've seen.
The Dragon Queen's army, I don't know... that it's got the juice. I mean, if they were able to take back the Iron Islands, but the people who were left behind on the Iron Islands, it's not like they're going to be the best fighters,
right?
But
I think they alluded that some of if you're on the Iron Islands or you're from there, like you fight as 3 soldiers. They're like trying to say that they're like the best fighters in the realms.
That's true,
but they haven't demonstrated that.
Yeah,
because when they tried to save Reek, Ramsay's just cutting him down left and right. Come on, it's Ramsay.
Yeah, the Ironborn might be my favorite, coat of arms.
Oh, totally.
The thought of them to an extent.
Or you have to die a little before you become king.
What is dead can never die.
Exactly.
Which is awesome.
It's a cool saying, but it doesn't make any sense.
No. Well, that they drown their leader, and if he comes back, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's cool. I can get behind that.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm there. I'm starting to be concerned that I'm not going to get Rhaegar showing up anytime soon.
No Rhaegar.
That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with this whole
faceless
show.
man.
No faceless people. Yeah.
Oh man, all that crazy stuff you were spouting off, I'd kill for it.
I know, man. You know, just like just put me in a room. You know, I am not a writer. I'm an idea man. Like, we can get this going. DC Comics, if you're listening, I can help your movies too. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you excited for next week's episode at all?
No, not really.
Okay.
I really lost faith in the whole series, honestly.
Man,
that's how much it hit me, man.
But come on, man, 7 amazing seasons. Sure. You're gonna let 3 destroy
because the track all record? Of that was building up to this.
Yeah.
Enjoying those last 7 seasons was in anticipation for this, and it's not doing it for me, man. It's really not.
No, I hear you.
Letdown.
I hear you.
And I know we all have high expectations, but dude, this didn't even. It felt like it wasn't even trying to give me what I wanted, you know?
But we're the outliers. Everybody else is eating it up, talking about some of the best TV. Understand. But the people who are who disliked this episode, or were at least disappointed in it, they feel the same about the previous 2. So there is a definite large minority of people that aren't being fulfilled.
Sure.
So what would need to happen? Call it today. What needs to happen by the end of the show for this season to be redeemed?
All right,
what needs to happen?
I need to have Cersei get her dumb face smashed in.
Okay.
She needs to have a very brutal death.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure she's a very nice woman in real life, the actress, but man, she plays this. I hate this chick. Yeah. She plays it that good. I'm like, I hate you. I hate her smug face. And she does it so well. She needs to die horribly.
She is the queen of that. Did you ever see? Sometimes she goes on the late night shows and like Jimmy Kimmel, they'll bring out wine and they'll like do insults to each other if they were in Westeros. So like, you know, they pour her wine. She's like, "So Jimmy, you're a talk show host." That's cute.
That's awesome.
All right, so she needs to die horribly.
I need my Mountain Hound fight.
Okay, Mountain Hound fight for sure.
I think I need to see. I need a Tyrion redemption because he's been really kind of just not Tyrion this season. And I get having characters go up and down, but this isn't even the same dude, man.
Yeah,
like the writers like, we're gonna rewrite this dude, and
you've got a very good point there. A lot of our characters don't feel like
the same
they usually do,
right? You know,
and maybe the length of time that has gone between seasons has affected us. I don't know, but yeah, there's definitely a feeling that I'm not seeing the people that were so well established by the end of season 7.
I mean, that's all I really need in this. I mean, you're right. There's 3 episodes left, and where do you go? You took the biggest battle we were anticipating, the biggest villain, and you spent that nickel already. It's gone.
And what a waste of those Night King generals. Right. Those because that's what I kind of figured. Okay, we're gonna get some of our bigger guys,
and this is
fighting some of these, so that we can get the Avengers moments.
Yeah.
You know, we get those one-on-ones. We at least get something.
Right.
But every single person was just getting overwhelmed. Where there is an interesting aspect to that of just being overwhelmed by your enemy.
Sure.
But to have these cool-looking generals that we've been building up, and have the Night King, and have none of them fight.
Exactly.
What was the point of them?
Right.
That's such a big problem for me right now.
Yeah.
What was the point of the Night King?
What was the point of this? It's a big MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Red herring. Yeah, so
Which Thrones felt, I think we had talked about this beforehand, that they had, in the Andy episode, when they hadn't had a lot of red herrings.
Right. They were very
good.
They showed you something, and they meant to show it to you because it was going to pay off eventually. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do another planning episode.
Man, I don't see how next week's isn't a partial planning episode.
Oh man, I don't know.
So those are the scenes you need.
That's all I need at this point, because the other scenes I wanted and needed, they can't do anymore.
Yeah, because what are we gonna have Jon fight?
Yeah.
I guess Jon could fight Euron.
Sure, but that doesn't seem like much of a fight, because Jon's way more experienced than that guy.
Yeah.
As far as combat.
Yeah.
You know, that guy ransacked ships here and there, but come on, dude. Yeah. Jon's been in the thick of it.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting how many wars in the last few years?
Dude, what's so crazy to me, and this is completely off subject, is that Meister, who was at the wall who was a Targaryen,
Mm-hmm.
and like when he was telling Jon, like, oh, I wish I would have went and saved my family, and it's like, man, like they were. I guess I would have been his uncle.
I guess so. Yeah.
Man, yeah, that was so. Sorry, that just came to me right now.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, I still want I guess Sansa killing Cersei would be somewhat at least just kind of give her a reason to be there.
Right.
Yeah. I do need the Hound Mountain fight
I
bad.
need that.
And I kind of need the mountain to burn. I think, I think that's going to be what it is, because maybe it's a situation where the mountain's going for Arya or something like that.
God, the mountain actually just wrecks him.
Yeah.
And, he sees him about to kill Arya, and he has to get up again. And then again, they're going to just keep playing that, like, oh, Arya's in trouble, Hound's getting up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want Sam to die.
Yeah. It sucks because he's such a puppy, but dude,
he was angry. He got me so angry in the episode. Like, dude, get out of there.
Yeah.
You don't know how to fight. You're a liability.
Yeah, you're just a fat liability.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being fat. Just don't suck.
Yeah. Go down there with the women and the children and the eunuchs.
Yeah, the eunuchs. You might as well be one.
Yeah, God.
You're about as useful as one.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't even care who ends up on the throne.
I don't care.
As long as it's not Cersei.
Right.
I don't care.
If that's how it ends, I don't know how I'm not gonna. They already got my time at that point.
Part of me wonders if Bran is gonna go north.
No, okay. Yeah.
Just go north of the wall and become the next Night King.
Alright, I'd be alright with that.
Be weird.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody was telling me how there's a link between. I think it was Casey. He was telling me that there's a link between Norse mythology and Ragnarok, and what Game of Thrones is.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess that's what winter would be.
Yeah.
They're Ragnarok.
So. Yeah, the kind of that cycle.
Right.
So no more saving graces. We know what we want. If next week's episode's bad, I don't even know if we talk about it until the end of the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's be positive. Let's just be positive.
For sure. Typically, we are very positive on this channel.
Yeah.
We try to, at least be like, oh, this was good. We talk a lot about the great aspects of things, but this for me didn't really have any.
Yeah, there wasn't enough good to outweigh what bothered me.
Right.
Again, for me, I don't hate the episode, just very disappointed in it. Eric seems like he hates it. So.
I do.
I hate it.
I hate it bad.
Well, that's been our show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the discussions we're having, if you like the topics we're talking about, please hit that like button and subscribe. If you have some suggestions, please leave a comment below.
Yeah.
Things that you like, things that you dislike. We want
to talk about.
Yeah.
Get in on this, people. Come on.
We want to try to give you guys something that's worth listening to, that's worth your time. Eric, what'd you learn today?
I think people need to double check color correctness.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, dude.
They're like, oh, it's Game of Thrones. It'll go.
I felt like they lit it with a book light. Like, okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Everybody, use your phones. Turn up your brightness and light up the scene.
How about you?
I learned I had made tons of threats to my friends about the show that I was. If episode 4 is not good, I'm not going to finish it. That's just ridiculous. I'm so pot committed, I need to finish it. So I learned that regardless of what happens in the next episode, I'm going to finish because we're so close.
We're going to get through this.
We're going to get through it. So again, thank you for listening to the REC podcast brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. Please check us out on Instagram at REC Comics. And I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Erik Icarus.
All right. Thanks for seeing us today.